Hello and welcome back to Be With Love. So, and then in this one, I wanted to talk politics. Talking politics because I'm like, wow, like Donald Trump was convicted. Trump was convicted, 34 counts, right, of whatever he did. You know, it's what do you say, hiding information or bribing people. Okay, okay, but that is, you know, it's politics. You know, the court system. I'm suing the court system for all these kind of injustices, and then it's like, wow, like they can go and convict Donald Trump for whatever he did. You know, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad when you compare it to what is going on within the unified court system in New York State. When you think about the Bronx Supreme Courthouse, when you think about criminal courthouse, the Bronx criminal courthouse, when you think about family court and how they sit there and they throw these cases and they force all these situations on people and they do not help the people. They do not help the people. So, and then it's supposed to be a justice system that is supposed to help people. You're supposed to help people. That's what your job is for. It's a federal job. It's a state job, you know, and it's like, wow, like these people still have their job and they're doing all these things corrupt because they have their suit and ties on and they work in a government building and you think that they're legit people and they're criminals. And then I'm like, wow. So then they do all this to Donald Trump, and then it's like, I just don't think whatever is going on with him, I don't think is as bad as what is going on within the unified court system. That he's saying the justice system is corrupt, the justice system is messed up. I think the Manhattan justice system is just. You know, they are correct. They are rectified. A lot of problems that they had have been eliminated. But the problems within the Bronx, it's a problem. It's a real problem. And then a lot of people's lives have been ruined because of the justice system, because of failure of the justice system to do the right thing, to do what they're supposed to do their job. Like they don't want to do their job. They want to sit here and, oh, that's my friend and that's my friend, and you pay somebody off to throw a case. And I'm like, yo, that is not your job. You can't do things like that. But then they do it. Why? Because they have a high status. They have, you know, it's money. Everything is money. They want money. You can buy them off. They can be bought, you know, and then it's like, wow, like, where are your morals? Where's your character? Where's your self respect? Like, anyone in the Bronx can be bought off because it's so corrupt, it's so damaged, you know. The Bonner case, that man was locked up because of a book bag, and it's like, it's just so many criminal cases that people are in jail and they don't even need to be in jail. You know, they're just in jail for petty crimes. And then the system is so poor and the justice, they don't help you. We're supposed to be here to help people. We're supposed to be here to make injustices right, fix the problem. And then the problem is the justice system. And then it's like, I could bring it to people's attention, work in the system and bring it to the attention, bring it to management, bring it to the inspector generals, bring it to OCA, bring it to the head, bring it to where it's supposed to go, and nobody will help me. So I resign. I resign, you know, because it was just so much. And I'm just like, why do I have to stay here and be treated this way? So, you know what? I'm not there. But then they still want to sit there and play with me. And I'm like, yo, why are you playing with me? Like, just do your job. That's all you got to do is do your job. No, they want to sit here and they want to play with me. So I'm suing them. I'm suing the Bronx Supreme Courthouse. I'm suing the entire unified court system for the injustices that they're doing. It's for the entire system because it is corrupt and there's no one you can go to that will help you. That will help you. So then I'm suing the courthouse, and then it's like they'll hide the documents. They won't do their job. They'll do all kinds of things to sabotage it because they don't want it to be rectified. They don't want it to they don't want it to be brought to anyone's attention. And I'm like, okay. So they want to hide it. They want to hide all the injustices, all the corruption. They want to hide it. And I'm like, wow. So then now the Trump case. Trump has been convicted on 34 counts in Manhattan, in New York State, in New York. And then you just want to dismiss the Bronx? You don't want to look into the Bronx? And there's so many injustices within the Bronx and no one wants to look into it? Why? Because it's a Latin community? Why? You know, we're still people in the Bronx, and then it's like nobody wants to do their job. Look into it. That's all you gotta do is look into it. Do your job. Look shit up. Look at the paperwork. There's documented evidence. It's from multiple different kinds of people. It's not just myself. And nobody wants to do their job. And then it's just like, oh my God. Oh my God. And then I'm like, and then I look at the Trump case. And then it's like, how can he be convicted of all of these? How can he be convicted of all these things? They want to give him a gag order. They don't want him to speak. They don't want him to say anything. And I'm like, how can they do that to him? And then they just allow all this shit to go on in the Bronx. Like, they just allow it. Like, anyone can do anything and it's okay. And they're in their suits and they're in their ties and they're the scum of the earth. These people are the worst kind of people you can ever meet, because you think that they're here to help you and then they don't help you. They sit there and they'll just screw you over and ruin your entire life just because you're saying something. And I'm like, oh my God, like, oh my God. I'm making this video because I'm like, oh my God, like, I can't believe Donald Trump has been convicted on 34 counts of things, and then they're saying he could still be president even though he's been convicted of a crime. He can still be president if he's in jail. He can still be president. And I'm like, oh my God. So he could still be president. And I'm like, all this shit is going on in the Bronx and nobody wants to talk about it. Like, this man, I don't think Donald Trump is as bad as people make it out to be, you know, because a lot of things happened with when he was president, you know, a lot of things, you know, people will always have their own opinion of things. I don't think it's that bad as what is going on in the Bronx. Look into the Bronx. Look into it. Look at this shit. Look at it. Like, read the fucking documents. Like, everything is documented. It is written down. It's dated. It's time-stamped. It's all this information. It's hard copies. You can't hide it. If you show it to people, it's like, oh my God. And it's filed in the courthouse. I filed a lawsuit against the entire system, and they want to sit here and act like nothing is going on. And I'm like, and y'all convicted Donald Trump, and nobody wants to look into the Bronx Supreme Courthouse. Nobody wants to look into the entire justice system of New York State. No one wants to look into that. But and then you want to convict Donald Trump. Like, are you serious? And then it's like all these crimes are going on. All these injustices are going on. All these people are being hurt. All these families, all these children, all this money, because these people are stealing. They are stealing money. They are hiding it. They are falsifying documents. They're doing all this shit. And nobody wants to say anything, but they want to convict Donald Trump. Like, you want to convict this man, and then there's all this other shit going on, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, I just had to talk, because it's like the justice system is put in place to help the people, but the justice system has all these injustices that happen, all these people, all these families, all these children, you know, and it's like, and nobody does anything. Nobody looks into anything. You file your complaints. You do whatever you have to do. You sue them. Because I fucking sued them. And then they're hiding the document. Like, they're hiding it. There's no fucking way. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what I'm suing them for. Like, nobody knows. Like, it should be a big deal, but nobody wants to talk about it. But it's a big big deal. It is a big deal, and nobody wants to talk about it. They want to talk about Trump. Trump on 34 count. Like, how can y'all just do that to him, and then you don't want to pay attention to what's going on in the Bronx and all the people that you're hurting, all the families, all the children? This, oh my God. Like, I gave it to God because I did everything that I could possibly do. I tried to do everything. I followed the chain of command. I did everything the right way. Nothing was done. All the people that were supposed to help me, nobody helped me. I filed it in the courthouse. The courthouse is corrupt. Nobody does their job. They're gonna sit there and they're gonna play. They're gonna play with it and they're gonna hide it. No one. I'm just like, oh my God, they done convicted Donald Trump. I was like, why don't they come to the Bronx? Come to the Bronx. Like, come to the Bronx and look at this shit. Look at this shit that's going on in the Bronx. I guess I was just venting. Always leave it love, stay positive, vibe high. Spiritual things, you cannot see it. You cannot see it. All these injustices, all these things, you cannot see it. But God is real. Justice will be served. Like, something has to happen, because it's like they convicted Donald Trump. Like, oh my God, they convicted him. And then it's like, how can you ignore everything else and just go after this man? How can y'all do that? And then there's so much going on and no one does anything. And it's just like, how? Fucking how? It's like they're all connected, they're all corrupt, they're all like part of something. New York City, I can never get rid of the noise. Always leave it live, stay positive, vibe high, and we will see what will happen. Leave it love. Bye.